So for lesson 2, did you finish all of the revisions?
Jasmine saying yes.
Okay.
It's done. We haven't emailed it to you yet. Let me just get Shaq's attention.
Okay.
Shaq, can you please send it? Shaq saying, I thought we were going to discuss it first before we make any final decisions.
Yeah, why don't we do that real quick? I think we can go ahead and start that since you've discussed it a lot, but maybe not everybody needs to be present. So we just finished off lesson 2. Again, Shaq, can you put that on the screen? Lesson 2.
Lesson 2. Yami saying, I'm sleepy. Shaq is saying, Jasmine, I can't share. Can you give me admin? Sure. All right, can everybody see? All right, great. Okay, I'll just zoom in a bit. All right, where should we go? Here?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Go to the grammatical example, I think. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on a second, let me see. Okay. 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 Okay, we might need to go back to 2B. Okay, yeah, so okay, so I think 2B and 3B should look similar. So really the predicate have isn't omitted. Let's go back. 2B, 2B. To B, B. Okay, so you see you have manual, non-manual, and you have object plus predicate, and you have the discussion manual part of have is deleted, non-manual part of have is kept. That needs to be the same in 3B. 3B. Yeah. Okay, see, there's no.
The exact same sentence Meng is asking.
Well, the grammatical structure needs to be similar. So you need to have a non-manual part and a manual part. So for example, with the object, yeah, that part needs to be the same as before. All right, so you see object plus predicate, that needs to be in 3B also. Okay. And then the explanation with 2B needs to be in 3B. Manual part, sorry. Manual part of have is deleted. Okay, then what you also 2B, if you look at 2B again. All right, so best English translation for 2A and 2B, who has 4 sticks? So you want to have best English translation for 3A and 3B. Okay, so change, yes, yes, yes. Now go back up to 2A. 3A, sorry, 3A. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 3 is fine now. Okay, let's look at 4B. Okay, so you need to change 4A and 4B to the same as 2A and 2B, 3A, 3B. So 4A should be okay, but 4B needs to be changed.
Subject, verb, object. So it's now
Go
subject, object. Is that
3B, 3B. So manual, non-manual, object plus predicate.
Okay.
Okay. So that needs to be the same in 4B. So
Including the manual, non-manual, that part as well.
yes, because you deleted the non-manual, yes. Deleted the manual part, kept the non-manual.
And then plus predicate.
Yes. And then for, go back up to 3B. Okay, so you see the have is with the numeral. Okay, but go down to 4B and tell me what you see. Where is the have?
It's hidden.
Say again?
It's hidden. Hidden. Hide.
Okay, where's the verb? Where's the verb have in sticks? How many?
It's on. It should be aligned with the noun.
Yes,
Jasmine saying.
yes, yes. So go back up and look at 3B and see how you did that, and so you can change 4B. Okay, so you have numeral, and 3B you have numeral and then noun. So here, yeah, okay, right. Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you should put a bracket.
Big bracket. Big bracket.
Put a bracket, sorry, put a bracket on the, yeah, right there, yeah. Right. And then change,
And then the best English
yeah.
for AB as well. For A, for
And
B.
also, yeah, it should also be for have. So all of that manual part of have is deleted, non-manual part kept. And then best translation. Yeah, and then change translation of 3A, 3B to 4A and 4B. Okay. Is that clear to everyone why we did that?
So that's it, sir. That's it.
Yes, so far. But I mean, I want to make sure everyone understands why we
Meng
did
is
that.
Meng is saying 3A has to be the same as 4A.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is something important, I think. So when you change one thing, you have to look through and find out if you have other things. And if so, then you need to change everything else.
One moment, sir. Meng is just instructing Shaq to change or bring down 3A to 4A, and Shaq is saying, I don't understand what you're saying. 3A has to be the same as 4A. 3B is the same as 4B, same thing. It has to be the same sentence.
Not quite the same sentence. Okay, so let's go back up and look at 2A and 2B. All right, so 2A and 2B, who has 4 sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, so let's go down to 3A and 3B in the translation. And this is Rents has 4 sticks, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go down to 4A and 4B. How many sticks do I have? Okay, so Ming, what did you want to change?
I think we're good. It's good, sir. Right.
Okay. Okay, but the important thing is when you change one part of your lesson, you have to go through the entire lesson and see if you have to change anything else. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so let's go down to the examples, Chuck. After Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the examples. Now, all right, example 5. All right. Okay, example 6. Okay, 7. Okay, so you want to take out the yellow highlight?
Is that clear though, sir? Is the English
Yeah.
translation good?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we haven't introduced non-manual signal yet, you may not want to abbreviate it. You may want to say, question is indicated by non-manual signal, and then parenthesis NMS. So you introduce the term NMS. And then because you have a parenthesis, so maybe the question is indicated by non-manual signal. Yeah, okay. And then put after non-manual signal, yeah, NMS. And then
Eyebrows raised. Is that good, sir? Leave that in.
yeah, I think so. But I'm just trying to figure out if we should have 2 parentheses next to each other. It might be confusing. So I would put a comma after NMS. Let me do this real quick. Okay, take a look at what I'm sending now. Yes, and then period after eyebrow, sorry.
Meng is asking, what about note? Do we remove note? N-O-T-E colon?
That's fine. You know, you can just say note colon and then what you're saying, or you can just delete note colon and but if you delete note, go back up and see what you did on number 4B. Okay, let's see, we have parenthesis, manual part of have is deleted, non-manual part of have is kept. So many parentheses. Maybe what we can do is we can change the parenthesis for lack. We can change changing the parenthesis to a bracket. Now, before you change that, let's go down and look at number 7. Okay, so what we can do here, because you have a parenthesis later, is to say, all right, hold on. Okay, take a look. Okay, so Shot, go back to all the examples of have, and with the parentheses, change them to brackets. So let's go back to number 1. Yes, good. And 3B. Did you change both parts of 3B? Both the beginning and end? Yes, okay, good. And 2B, I think you changed already. Yes, okay, good. So this is another process that you need to learn. You come up, you think everything is fits, but maybe you think, oh, too many parentheses, so let's change one to a bracket. Okay, then you have to go back and correct everything. So everything is systematic. So, and then in the future, when you do lesson 3 and lesson 4, you should probably do with brackets instead of parentheses. So everything is consistent throughout the book. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at 8 then. Oops. Yeah, now we have to, yes, good. And move 9 up. Okay, good. Okay, let me go back and see that example. The signs for number 8. Okay.
Shaq has his hand up.
Yes.
We made a slight adjustment here. As you can see, the new sign, because we put it to a vote where we're going to indicate the day according to the week of the month. So first week, second
Okay.
week, third week, fourth week.
Okay, but how is it signed now? Can you show me how?
Like this, sir? Like this?
Oh,
Do you see
wait,
Shaq?
can you highlight Shock again? I can't see him.
Sorry.
So is it, what hand shape is it? Is it a F hand shape or is it a 1 hand shape?
So it's a one hand shape on the one example. And then on the main example, it's the F. So it's both. So F in the main example and then 1 as the alternative.
Okay. All right. I think that's a little confusing because it looks, okay, to me it looks like this. Can you see me okay? It looks like this. But you have to sign all of that. So, but I think what you're saying is Wednesday, right? Wednesday, or Wednesday, or Wednesday, 3 different examples, right? Okay, so when the hearing people look at this, they're going to think that you have to sign this, followed by this, followed by this. So let's go back up to the vocabulary.
Sorry, I can remember. Sorry, the hearing will see this, this, this. You need to sign all of it. This, this, this. So, and it also hasn't been added in the vocabulary.
Yeah, we have to add it to the vocabulary. So what you should do is, are you going to teach all three examples, all three, this one, and this one? Or are you only going to teach one and say, go look in the dictionary for other examples?
Yeah, that one's better. We'll just say
Yeah.
go to the.
Right.
It's easier on
So
my
then
part.
what you need to do, let me see. Next to, okay, all right, sorry, I made a mistake here. So go back up to the second part of the vocabulary. Okay. Yes, okay. So noun, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, go up. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay. And then Saturday, today, tomorrow. Okay, let me see. Yesterday and day. Okay. Now, when isn't a noun? When is a question word? So you need to change. Nouns. You need to say question words. Add the word words, question words, and capital on words. Capital W. Yes, okay. Now, go back up to nouns. I'm going to see that where you have nouns. Okay, good, okay. Now, you also need to introduce this. This means,
It's a noun.
but what does it mean exactly? It means what week, or does it mean second week, or what does it mean? Or just week?
It's week relating to the month, the calendar month.
Okay,
Saying so.
but it's not really a question word, right? It's really a noun.
It's not a question word.
Okay,
It's a noun.
So you can put it in, you can put this one in, go back down to after tomorrow, wherever tomorrow is. Okay, now go down a little. And day, you have day. Now you can insert this sign next to day. And it doesn't mean second week of the month, right? It just means week of the month.
Second week of the month.
It means second week of the month.
Second week of the month. Second week.
Okay, so when you're asking it as a question word, I mean, you're asking second week when, or if you think it occurs in the first week, would you sign it this way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So what you need to add then is you need to add this sign and call it first week of the month, second week of the month, third week of the month, and then fourth week of the month.
Okay, sir.
That's vocabulary. Yeah. If this just means week of the month and it doesn't matter what week, then you don't need to add all of that. But if it means second week of the month, well, you can decide. You can just say second week of the month and then teach first week of the month, third week of the month, fourth week of the month
Shaq has
later.
his hand up.
Yes,
Waiting for the spotlight. So we need to make a decision in terms of adding these terminologies to the vocabulary. Group
Yes.
vote. Are you okay with adding all first, second, third, fourth? Okay. I think the majority has spoken. I'll add it later.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go back down to let's go back down to that sentence. The examples. Okay, 6 is fine. So let's go to 7. Okay, number 8. Go back up to 7. Sorry. So I think, okay, so are you going to add tomorrow, Tuesday, right? Are you going to add that sentence or not?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
anymore.
Okay, so then go back and change the best English translation to from tomorrow. Okay. Let me write it out. No. Because we want to reserve the isn't it or right to talk about the other example you're not teaching here. So this is just a basic question.
Rudy, can you repeat it about the isn't it?
Please repeat your last statement, Dr. Woody.
Yes. So we want to reserve two separate translations. For question words, if it doesn't have the sign this, if it doesn't have that, then you just want to have a simple question. Is tomorrow Tuesday? Have you eaten? Okay, in English. But if it has this with the questioning expression, then you want to reserve the translation, tomorrow is Tuesday, right? Or tomorrow is Tuesday, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, so we want to keep those separate translations. Okay? Yes,
Okay.
good. Okay, let's go to number 8. Okay, so we'll change this to I'm not sure how to. Okay, let's leave it like this. And I'll write some notes in the section 4 about how to use this sentence. So what I'm assuming is that you know that you want to know the Wednesday in the second week of the month, right? You want to know that date.
So the second week of the month, yes. Shaq is saying. Second week of the month.
Okay. But if I say, I could also say this, right? Okay, then I'm asking, what day is Wednesday in the third week of the month, right?
You mean for the English translation? Ember,
Yes,
is that
yes,
correct?
yeah, yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, right.
All right, so I will think about how to explain that. And if I can, I mean, in the part where we have the additional linguistic and cultural information, I'll think about how to explain this, because I think it's probably different from the way hearing people ask. I don't know, can the two interpreters tell me if I'm right about that? How would you ask it in English or Tagalog or Filipino? What date is Wednesday?
We use, this is the interpreter speaking.
Okay.
We usually say what day, like we don't refer to the second or the third week because we're in the week. So when we say Wednesday, then it's assumed that it's the next Wednesday coming.
Yeah,
you don't have to indicate whether it's first, second, or third.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but here it has to be explicit because they use that actual sign and it means something. So
Yes, right.
it has to be indicated somewhere.
Right. Well, for all the students, this is a good example of how the culture of deaf people in the Philippines is different from the culture of hearing people, how you ask different questions. Okay.
Meng had her hand up. Meng? Can you see me? Okay. Perhaps we can just go down a bit. So the response is 7. Originally, we didn't have we didn't plan on putting that first, second, third week sign in, but we saw that the answer was 7. So then it would mean that it was on the second week
Mhm.
of the month. And so
Right.
that's why we made that decision. So in order to make sure that it's the date that we're trying to elicit the answer from, we wanted to add that sign second week.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Shaq
Okay.
has his hand up.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, I learned actually, you're right, hearing people, I don't think, say that, but for deaf people, we want to be very accurate, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something culturally different, something I
Right.
learned.
What? Yeah. I mean, this is the ideology, the belief system that we talk about, and it's also the linguistic system. Okay. So your belief is you've got to be exact about when it occurs in the month, and you want to be visual about it. So there are basically 4 weeks. Some weeks have, I mean, some months have 5 weeks, but it's kind of strange. So most months have 4 weeks. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay, so now the English translation, sir, we need to highlight it.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Yeah, we may not need to change it. We can keep it the same, but have a note in the section 4. Let me think about that. Okay, so let's go to number 9. It's fine, right? Yeah, and then maybe you want to highlight second week of the month and now, because you want to take out, you want to only leave one in, either this one or this one or this one. You don't want to have all 3 in the same sentence, so you need to revise that drawing. Okay. Okay. All right, go down to number 10.
That's it, sir.
Okay. All right. And then a number, no 10. Okay, go down to the homework. Right now you see number 5, write the English translation under each of the pictures of the following vocabulary items in Filipino and move sign language up to the same line as Filipino. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's go down.
1 second. We're just.
And
Manny has her hand up.
yes.
So, Dr. Woody, you got me thinking about the English translation of the one example with the date.
Mm-hmm.
And we got also the community to be involved. But if One moment. Because of how hearing people say it, there's no descriptive kind of way of showing which week of the month.
Yes.
So do we have, maybe we should add that description in the notes.
Yes, 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 definitely should add that description.
So that, but it got me thinking then that it might even, I don't know, if we're talking about a day, perhaps mentioning day of or week of the month might be a little bit too complicated,
Yes.
because we're talking about just the day, but then now we're adding another element, week of the month. So I'm not sure, should we leave that in then, or should we talk about it?
Okay, my idea, and you may agree or not agree, we need to discuss this. Okay,
Sorry,
is that you,
we're just going to spotlight one moment. Go ahead,
okay,
sir.
okay. So again, my idea, and you may or may not agree with it, is that we just leave the English translation as it is. What date is Wednesday? And then in the notes, we explain that in hearing people in spoken English or maybe spoken Tagalog, they say it this way, but the deaf people have to be more specific. We have to ask, when we ask the date, we're basically have to also include the idea of the week of the month. But to translate that, like what, yeah, to actually put it into English, it's difficult. Okay, so to say, what date is the Wednesday in the second week of the month? Okay, so it's very complex. So in fact, we don't want to add that in the English translation, but we explain why you have to add this. So if you just say Wednesday when, it's not a good example in Filipino Sign Language, that you have to specify the date, the week of the month. So I think in the notes is where we handle that, but we leave the English translation similar. I mean, simple. Okay, and then like for example, if you have like Vietnamese or Chinese, you can't say 3 books. You cannot say 3 books. You have to say 3 and to use another word before you use books. So for example, in, let me see if I can find it here. I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna share the screen. Can I share the screen now? Okay,
Go ahead, sir.
okay. All right, now you see this English and Vietnamese here. Okay, I'm gonna put 3 books. Okay, so ba if you can see this. Can you see the Vietnamese? Ba means three. SACH means book. Can you see that? Is it big enough to see? But the CUON is how you count books. Okay, you can't just say ba sak. You can't, you have to add that other word. Okay, let's change this word to apples. Now we have ba, which is three again, and dao, which is apple. But when we count apples, we have to say QUA. When we count books, we have to say CUON. And when we count people, oh, sorry, men. So this says three, ba is three, dan ong is men, and ngui, the NGUOI, is how you count people. Okay, so you don't want to put this in your English translation. Okay, like you would have to say three, and I don't know, or anyway, so you have to do your translation on the basis of both languages. So in English, it's not important what week of the month when you ask the day. It's not important. So we don't need to specify that. Just like in English, we don't need to specify how you count books, how you count people, how you count apples. We just say three. Does that make any sense? So we want to represent the structure of Filipino Sign Language, but we want to make a translation that makes sense in English. So if we're explaining this phenomena about classifiers in Vietnamese, we can explain it in the section on linguistic and cultural information. We can say that in English, we can count men, cars, apples. We don't have to worry about what the thing is. But in Vietnamese, before you can count something, you have to know how you measure it. Okay, so for example, can you say three water in English?
I'm saying, Shaq is saying no.
No. Right. What do you have to say, Shaq?
I don't know the exact way of saying it. I don't know.
Okay, but would you have to say 3 glasses of water? 3 cups of water?
Right.
Right. So this is what Vietnamese has to do with every word. You have to measure every word before you can count it. And this is very different from English. Yes.
Meng has her hand up.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the sign date in FSL. and you want the answer to be 7. So we just wanted to add that sign to emphasize that it's a date that we're looking for. It's because it's like a visual representation of a calendar, so that's
Yes,
why.
yes, yes. Right.
This is the
So,
interpreter,
but when we make the English translation, we don't want to follow word by word. So, okay, let's look at this. Okay, so if we have the English, or we have the Vietnamese 3 apples, we don't want to translate it in English as 3 qua apples. Okay, or let's just say grapes. We
We'll
don't
do an
want to
interpreter
say,
switch. Interpreter
yeah,
switch, sir.
yeah. Or if we say 3 grape, I mean, if we say ba qua no, Vietnamese, we don't want to translate that in English as 3 qua grapes. Just say 3 grapes. Okay, so this sign is important for FSL, but it's not important to translate into English. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Ming, did that answer your question?
Meng is gone. Okay.
Okay, well, okay.
Online.
Get her when she comes back. Anyway, it's time to take a break. We've been going for a little more than an hour. So let's come back at about 2:20, 3:20 your time. Okay? See you then.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, is everybody back now?
Renz is saying we're just waiting for Peebs and Kyla.
Okay. Wait a couple more minutes. So Yami, you want to trade?
Sure.
Okay. Peeps will come on soon, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and continue with lesson 2 with Shock. Can you pull up lesson 2 again? Okay, now, as you see under the homework, it's a very minor change, but I don't know. On number 5, you want to move the terms Filipino Sign Language over to right, or do you want to continue like it is? Oops. May not be able to change it. Yeah, okay. What do you think? Better or leave it the way it was?
I think it's okay that way.
Okay. The first way or this way?
Right now.
Okay, good. All right, let's continue to go down. Okay. All right, go down. Okay. Okay. Actually, Ashok, let's change, I'll go back up. Okay. You see the number 9, second line. If they follow the correct grammatical order of Filipino Sign Language, write the word true. I think it's better to write the word correct, change true to correct, and change false to incorrect. Good. And then the spacing. Yes, okay, good. Go down. Okay, so I just, when I received the information, corrected file from you, maybe it's all corrected now, I'm not sure. When you send me the file, I will add the information about the first week, second week, third week, fourth week. You decide to put all of those together, right? In the lesson?
Head nodding, yes.
Okay, all right. So I'll wait till I get the file from you, and then I will look at it and add that part, send it, and then send it back to you for correction. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I think we're okay now with lesson 2. I think your changes are all good.
Jasmine's saying we should save this first, Shaq. Okay, done.
Right.
Yes, saved it. Okay, great.
Yeah, no, Jasmine, you should delete it. Do it all over again.
Jasmine's not looking.
Yeah. Jasmine, while you weren't looking, we all voted to delete and start all over with lesson 2. Okay?
No, we have to save it. We worked so hard on it.
I'm sorry, just have to tease you. Mhm.
Jasmine has her hand up.
Okay. Mhm.
For lesson 4, sir,
Do you want to go through lesson 3 or
we have a
we
lot of
okay?
changes though for lessons 4. We discussed this on Thursday.
Okay. We can, what
we have-
about lesson 3? Do you want to?
Yeah, a lot of it was about fruits. So we had to go to the deaf community and ask them what their signs were.
Okay.
But I just wanted to give you an advanced load notice on lesson 4. Lesson
Okay.
3, I think it's all pretty much done. Is that correct, Shaq? Yes, we're done. So
Okay.
2 and 3 are actually done.
All right.
Do you still want? Do we want to go to lesson 4 now, or
Whatever you want to do.
because we haven't put in any of the translations or any of the grammatical markers, so that's what we were having problems with. But go ahead, Shaq, and show Dr. Woody lesson 4.
Okay, I'll take a look at the introductory chapter later. Let's go to the examples or the vocabulary and then the examples. Okay. Okay, so let's go back up. So when you say all visual, what do you mean?
Shaq has his hand up.
Mm.
All visual means that the picture will also have be beside the sign. So it's
Okay.
just my
Okay.
note that I'm going to put pictures to show the fruit.
Okay. Okay.
I asked the deaf vloggers of the Philippines. They have a Facebook page about the community signs for various fruits. And a lot
Okay.
of them had no idea. So we haven't really reached a wide net in terms of deaf community. So
Mhm.
there's certain signs that we're not too sure of. We ask, for a specific place, for example, what's a popular sign for this fruit? And a lot of
Mhm.
them don't have a good response, so, or haven't responded.
Okay. Let me go through these signs and see if I can make them from the drawings. Now, I know sometimes it's impossible from the drawings alone, but let me see what I can do here. So this is mango. Okay, dragon fruit. Okay.
But again, this is not too sure. This is one of the signs that we're not too sure of because it's a
Yeah,
newer term.
I'm not gonna correct the sign itself. You need to do that, but I'm only going to see if I can make it from the picture. Okay, so mangosteen. Okay. All right, let's see if I can. Watermelon, okay. Tea sweet sop. Okay. And rambutan. Okay. All right, go down. So. Okay. Next one.
This is Shaq. Something, well, Marvin just reminded me of something. When we were discussing, there was a little bit of a confusion. I'll definitely improve the pictures here.
Okay.
But like, for example, little nitty gritty details like the placement of the hand, for example.
Okay.
It can, as you can see, it's here.
Mhm.
So there were about, with Meng and Marvin suggesting, I'm going to change this actually, sir. So
Okay.
don't think that this is set in stone.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one. Okay. Now, I'm not sure about this one, but is it like this? Or is it like this? Sorry.
This is a mistake. It should be like,
Okay, okay. No problem.
like this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go down.
Yeah, I'll highlight that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
highlighted already. Okay.
Okay, and fruit. Yeah. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so what is this? Okay. 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 Okay, I'll go back up number 2. Let me just check again. Yeah, okay. Okay. Jasmine, fruit, like what? Okay. Okay. All right. So the eat orange sign, you're going to change that, right?
Shaq has his hand out.
Yes.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
going to change it. We're going to change it.
Okay. So how, what are you changing it to? I'm just curious.
Uh, sorry, for the watermelon,
Okay.
we're
Okay.
we're going to put in the line for the
Yes.
hands to
Okay.
make it more clear that make that solid right here,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
And then eat orange, how are you going to sign that? How do you sign that?
Spotlight. So this is how we eat the orange,
Okay.
like this. But it just feels like there's something missing in that one because we have to break it off. And it's
Okay.
just in that sign, it looks like we're just directly putting it in our mouth.
Okay.
So, and mango is, we use with a spoon.
Okay.
So we scoop it up. So
Okay.
it should be two signs actually, one to scoop and one to put it in your mouth.
Okay.
So grape is pull it out, put it in. Pull it out, put it in.
Okay.
Um,
Now, okay. Okay. So how would you sign he ate grapes?
like this, sir. Like how I said
Okay.
it. Pull it out, put it in. Pull it out.
Okay. Let me see the sign for grape again. Oh, okay. So, okay. Let me ask again. So would you sign the sign for grape and then eat grape, or would you?
So Shaq saying grape. Sorry. Marvin, spotlight, please. So grape, pull it out, put it in.
Okay. Okay. I think the drawing is okay on eat grape, but we may want to change that. We may just want to, I don't know. Let me see it later. For now, it's fine. What about eat? Okay.
Eat.
All right, so it's a double movement to start with. How do you have a difference between eat and food?
So it's double movement.
So eat, and
food.
then food is more strong.
Food is with your mouth closed, and eat is with your mouth open.
Okay, okay. All right. Now, you've already introduced in Ho Chi Minh City Sign Language, we didn't introduce have until lesson 4, but you already introduced it in lesson 2. So you don't need to have the have sign again. Right?
Get rid of it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this is again, when you're changing Because in Ho Chi Minh City Sign Language, easy to delete have, but not so easy in Filipino Sign Language. You either have the or the. Okay. All right. Next one, adjectives. Same and different. Okay. Okay.
So we're going to
Fine,
put
okay.
two movements because just with the one movement, it's but.
Yeah.
Different
Okay.
is two movements.
Okay.
How? How?
Okay. Okay.
How?
Good. Okay. Let's take a break now, and then we will start on the grammatical examples when we come back after the break. So let's
Yes,
come
this.
back.
Yeah, this is the part we haven't discussed yet. So okay, break. Sure.
Yeah. So I think it's better to we'll freshen up a little bit.
Okay,
So
sir.
we'll start discussing this at. We'll come back at 4 your time. Whoops. I have a problem. I don't know if it's your internet, Chuck, or mine. I just had something come up on the screen saying internet not stable. So I hope I'll be back online. And I don't know if it's me or you, Chuck. Anyway, we'll try. See you in about 12 minutes then.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's start again. We are back yet? Not yet. Okay.
Just Yami and Kyla.
Kyla, yeah.
Shaq went to the bathroom.
Okay. So in the meantime, I'll ask, how do you think about the process we're using? Do you feel you're learning as we go through each lesson?
Jasmine's nodding her head. Renz is
Okay.
saying it's an improvement.
Do you have any comments or suggestions about the process as we go through?
Meng has her hand up.
Yes, ma'am.
We're actually very excited to create this handbook so that we can disseminate it. I know that the process is a nosebleed. There's struggles, and even trying to figure out what sign. The English translation, it's not easy. That's what I realize, and we're just wanting to make sure that we take this step by step because people are counting on us, and I already understand that it's not easy work, well, we as a team already know that we're not going to give up, and make sure that we just take in as much as we can. And I know that sometimes it's overwhelming, and there is kind of a sensitivity issue with ASL versus FSL, but I'm just concerned that there's going to be criticisms that we're wrong, or there might be people that don't understand what we're trying to do, because a lot of them want something standardized, but that's just not possible, especially within this time frame. I mean, I have no idea like how to even do that.
Yeah. Well, I think that what you can say in the book, we'll be writing an introduction to the book. So when we finish all of the lesson, we'll have an introduction talking about the book. And I think what you should say is, we're not saying that everybody signs this way. Okay, this is the way that we sign, and we're describing the way that we sign in this context. Okay, I mean, the same is true of ASL also. In ASL textbooks, basically, the kind of signing you get is college educated.
Sorry, can you repeat your last?
Yes.
Can you repeat the last thing? Your audio is cutting out, Dr. Woody. Can you repeat again? ASL?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
The kind of ASL you find in textbooks and the books teaching ASL. Yeah, I think my internet connection is not stable. I keep getting a message. Okay. So the kind of ASL that you see in textbooks is the kind of ASL you see from white educated, college educated signers. Okay, it's not the kind of ASL that everybody uses. I mean, okay, let's just take an example here just to illustrate. You may have seen some ASL signs for birthday. Okay, do any of you remember if you've learned any ASL signs for birthday?
People are giving examples. Shaq is giving some examples. So is Meng, birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, none of the textbooks have this sign usually for birthday. They usually have a literal translation, birthday. But when you look at ASL, you have birthday, 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 you can keep going. So you can't put all of those signs into a textbook. And so each of these signs tend to be used in different regions. Okay? So people just have to understand that. So what you can explain is who you are and how you sign. And you're not saying that everyone should sign this way, but what you're trying to do is document how you sign so that other people coming to CSB will know the way that people sign at CSB. Right? So I think you're quite right, Ming, that there are probably going to be issues associated with the book. But as long as you explain that there are other ways and other deaf people sign differently, then people just have to understand that the language is different. Okay?
That's fine, sir.
All kind of signing in the
one more thing.
U.S.
One more thing, if I
Yes.
can add, Meng speaking.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a variance, but with a handbook, the purpose is to guide people. And I just can see that people are going to say, oh, how come you signed it this way? This is wrong, blah, blah, blah. And, it would be best to have the dictionary as a supplementary resource beside it, right? So that they can refer to that as well. What do you think of that? I think, it lessens the criticisms in terms of sign choice.
Well, you're
So having the
describing what you
handbook with the
use. You're not.
dictionary together.
No. Well, you're describing what you use. You're not telling other people they have to use it the same way. So if people sign it differently, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's different. So all of this can be addressed in the introduction. The problem is that people won't read the introduction, but all you can do is try. So I don't know, Ming, if you remember back when we were doing the first training through Chinese University of Hong Kong. Do you remember about sign language syntax?
She's nodding her
No
head.
one
Yes.
wanted. Yeah, no one wanted to actually talk about sign language syntax because they say it was too difficult, too much variation. But now you're addressing it and you're coming up with some general rules. So this is a big step, actually. Okay, because before people said, oh, there's no syntax or it varies too much or whatever. But you're coming up with what you use. And that's all you can say. This is what we use. This is, our analysis. You may sign very differently. I don't know if that helps at all. I mean, people are always going to complain. Oh, that's wrong. That's bad. That's not clear. Okay. So another thing you can say is, okay, well, if you think we're wrong, you do your own book. No one's going to want to do that. We have a saying in American English. Like water off of a duck's back. Like water, like, same as like water off of a duck's back. Okay, so if you put water on the duck's back, it just runs off. It doesn't stay there. So this is how you have to deal with criticism. Huh? So it's like, okay, finish. Okay, that's your idea, no problem. Right, Chuck, you have it. Chuck, can you explain?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Ming was having problems understanding, and so water off a duck's back. So if you put water on it, here's the duck, here's the back, put water on it, it doesn't stick, right? So same thing as how people complain about the book. It shouldn't stick, just like how it comes off a duck's back. Same idea. So the water will just slide on down. Same thing as how people complain. No, that's wrong, that's wrong. You know, just let it slide. So yeah, it's a new
Right,
concept.
I mean, if you put water, yeah, and get wet and stay wet for a long time, that's when you let it bother you. But ducks don't care about water. So anyway, you know, you're going to have criticism, but just simply say, we're not saying everybody should sign this way. We're saying this is the way we sign. How are you going to criticize the way we sign? If you sign differently, it's fine. That's the only way you can deal with people.
Ray has his hand up.
Right. Mhm.
Okay. What? Ah. Okay. Mute again. Okay. What is this? All right. Okay. In my experience and my observation of the various books under PDRC, the Philippine Deaf Resource Center, we have 4 books. It's actually 4 in 1. So PDRC focuses on education and sign advocacy, but Philippine Federation of the Deaf has an introductory book of the sign variances from the various provinces. So we can see the differences depending on the area. We don't have all of it, all the signs, but at the Filipino Sign Language program at CSB, we don't have a handbook, right? So it's what is perceived to be used in the community, and that's what our materials are based on. Our PowerPoint presentations that we hand out has no handbook attached to it. It's hard because of the sign variants. And it's a task to put a standardized signing way of being. So we just have to be able to have faith in our group and know that we're doing this to help the schools, to support the schools, and also the Filipino Sign Language Program. This is what the handbook is supposed to do. And it is based on research, right? Myself, I've learned so much from Dr. Woody. He's taught me all these different signs and SVO, using brackets and parentheses, English translations into FSL. So I learned so much, and I'm really eager to learn more. But as an FSL team, we have to consider other people's perspectives and opinions. Don't forget that, you know, we can't just make this book into a one perspective thing. Because that, well, there's always an open discussion about sign choice. And with our handbook, the purpose is to teach, and the dictionary, the purpose is to have sign references. So that in itself was very, very valuable. I learned that with this dictionary, or any learning material should have some sort of other references, because it's hard if it's just standalone. So it can't be done fast. There has to be discussion. There has to be different perspectives involved. So we always have to ask each other how. And, you know, with Dr. Way's class, we always make sure that we put in our input. So I think that in itself is how we do it. Deaf applause, deaf applause.
Yeah. So thank you, Ray. We can put into the introduction, you know, people have a lot of incorrect ideas about how languages work. So, for example, in England, people speak English. In America, people speak English. Is it the same English? No way.
No, it's not.
No, it's very, very different. So, for example, the vocabulary is different. Sometimes have completely different words. For example, in English, American English, we have the word diaper, D-I-A-P-E-R, D-I-A-P-E-R. That means the underwear for babies, to put on babies. Okay? But in England, they don't call them diapers. They don't have that word. They call them nappies. N-A-P-P-I-E-S. No, both people speaking English. Is one wrong and the other right? No, just different. Okay, or for example, even the grammar is different. In American English, we say Stand in line. Stand in line. Stand in line. And in British English, they say stand on line. Okay, completely different. And Americans say the government has something, H-A-S, and the British say the government have, H-A-V-E. H-A-V-E. Okay, the grammar is different, vocabulary is different. The pronunciation is different. So we can explain this in the book and say that Filipino Sign Language is no different from English. People in different places use different signs. They may use different grammar. But if you come to CSB and you talk with me, this is the way I sign. I'm not sure that helps at all, but you know, it's the best I can do.
Yes, sir. Ray has his hand up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Ray.
Okay, spotlight here. So for me, I really want to learn from you, Dr. Woody, and the way you explain things is very clear. We need to do this step by step. I believe that Dr. Woody is also taking care of us because he's making sure that he's guiding us with this handbook, checking our mistakes, making sure that the sign vocabulary pictures are clear. You know, the English translation is good. Making sure that we have connections when we explain them, that the pictures are there. So it's a great help. I feel very happy about this. I wish we had more time to discuss this further, but I understand it step by step.
Okay, good.
Oh, one more thing, Ray, here.
Mm-hmm.
Just one little thing. Without Dr. Woody there, we would be, as a team, lost. And it's great to have that person that can counsel us, that can make sure that we're following a process and giving each other feedback. It's the only way to improve. So, you know, his expertise is also beneficial because he really helps us out. So we know that.
Well, thank you. But I think the most important thing is now you're learning how to train. You're learning what you need to learn. And you're learning how to start training other people. Okay, and this is important. There's some sayings like you say, you give a man a fish and he can eat it for his dinner. But if you teach him how to fish, then he, you know, can have food for a lifetime. So this is what I'm hoping with you, is that you will we're not only giving you an answer to a specific problem, but we're training you to think in ways that will solve your problems.
Ray has his hand up.
Yes, Ray.
Sorry. Just clarifying the sign for fishing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you see, in English, there's only one word. Train someone how to fish. Okay, but do you fish with a pole? Do you fish with a net? You know, are you on a boat and you have something that you drag behind you? So these are kind of things that you need to specify in signing that you don't need to specify in English. So, you know, this is what we're dealing with when you're writing the book. Okay. All right, good. Let's see. Oh, getting late, but we'll have time to continue. Let's take a look, Shock, at the rest of lesson 4.
Sorry, Amber, did you want to switch? Or are you okay, Miss Amber? Okay.
Okay.
So Shaq here.
Okay.
So we haven't yet discussed this part. This is where we broke it off on Thursday.
Okay.
And so this is what we have.
Okay. All right. Well, let's look at this sentence. I can't see. Do you have the non-manual?
What do you mean for who? For who?
Yami, can you say again?
So we don't put the NMS here. We just put the manual.
No. But I mean, do you have both the manual and the non-manual, or you don't have any non-manual with this?
Sorry, we'll do spotlight. One moment, spotlight. Okay, Amber, please again. Just the manual, sir. Yami saying just the manual.
Okay, because I thought people say that you need the non-manual with the manual, but maybe I'm mistaken.
So Shaq. So I put that yellow highlight for us to
Okay.
talk about it later.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, number 7 then. Before I forget, I want to say the reason I keep asking the same question again and again is I want to make sure I understand the whole process. So one way I learn is to make mistakes. So if I say, oh, is it this way? And you say it's wrong, well, then I learn. Okay? And that's how your students are going to learn too. They're going to make mistakes. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. All right. Now there's a, we'll go back up to number 6. Go to number 6. 6. Okay. Watermelon have who? Okay. Now number 7. Watermelon have. Okay. And number 8. Okay, let me take a look at the Vietnamese lesson again. Sorry, go back up to number 7. My mind is not working well. Okay, now go to number 8. Is the grammar in number 8 correct? What part of speech is Mongo? Is it a pronoun?
Noun.
It's a noun. Yes. Okay.
Noun.
All right. Yes. Let me go check the grammar in the Ho Chi Minh City Sign Language book also. I'll be right back. Whoops, why am I not getting? Huh. Well, I can't exit. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Number 4.
Sorry, this is the interpreter. I'm just asking Jasmine if they use the possessive your, mine. As opposed to you have. And no answer.
Okay, so let me share something with you. I can go on screen sharing, please. Yeah, I want to share the Vietnamese version with you. Here we go. Okay, now you see, can you see the examples here? Example 8. So it's banana eat how. Now notice the way this sentence is analyzed and your sentence. So let me stop sharing and we're going to go back and forth between my computer and Shock's computer. Okay, Shock, can you pull up the lesson 4 again? Okay. Now, Mongo eat how? Who's doing the eating? The Mongo? Is the Mongo eating something? Or is someone eating the Mongo?
Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Okay. Can a Mongo be a subject of eat? Peeps.
You're saying no. People are saying no.
Right. So is Mongo the subject of this sentence? See, it says underneath here, you copy the Vietnamese book and you say subject is deleted.
Patrick has his hand up.
Mongo can't be the subject. Yes, Peeps.
So in this example, we have to make it clear because it's confusing. So is it the mango that's eating? Or is it the
Right.
person?
Yeah.
So he's just, we have to make that clear. And I think right now what we have is mango being the subject when the subject is us eating it. So
Yeah.
how does a person eat a mango?
Yeah. That's basically what we're saying. Okay, Shock, can you stop the screen sharing and let me pull it up? So, whoops, sorry. Okay, all right. Sorry, I spoke too soon. All right, here we go. So, the Vietnamese book says that the object is banana or mango. And that we're asking, how do you eat a banana? How do you eat a mango? How does a person eat a mango? The mango can't be the subject. So can you sign mango eat what?
Sorry, the interpreter's screen went blank. One moment.
Okay.
Amber, can you, while I fix this?
Me? You can see me.
Yeah, my screen just went blank. I can't see anybody right now.
Mhm.
Okay. You can fix it. I can voice. Dr. Woody, can you go back to the question again?
Can you see my screen? Everybody see my screen? Okay. Now,
Yes, Dr. Woody.
okay, so can I ask you, I want to ask you, can you sign? Like, for example, Peebs eat what? That's okay, right? I'm asking, what did Peebs eat?
Yes, Dr. Woody.
Okay, so Peebs is the subject. Now, can I ask a question? Mongo eat what?
No,
No, because Mongo can't be the
because
subject
the
of
mango
eat.
doesn't have,
Yeah,
because mango
Mongo
doesn't
is the
have a mouth.
object. Yeah. So the subject is not clear. It could be you, it could be a person. So, but we don't see a subject there. So you need to change object, predicate, manner. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and Shock, you pull up your screen again. So yes, object, verb, manner. Okay, good. And we're saying that this is just a general sign for eat, not specified.
Yes, Dr. Woody.
Okay. Number 9. So is that grammatical analysis correct? Right. Now yes, exactly. Yes, perfect, 100%. So each time you do the analysis, you have to make sure you check. We get used to saying subject, object, verb, subject, verb. We don't get used to saying object, verb. Okay, but here, in fact, we have an object and a verb, but we don't know who the subject is. A person did it, or you did, I did it, or you did it. Someone did it. Now, you notice the English translation. There's no subject in the English translation. So mangos are eaten like this. Now, we could also say, you eat mangoes like this, or we eat mangoes like this. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's enough for right now. We're almost at 5 o'clock your time. So tomorrow, what you might want to do tonight is go through the rest of the examples and see if you want to change anything. Or if you don't have time, you can wait till tomorrow and we'll go through the example for lesson 4 tomorrow. Okay? Yeah. All right. So we stop for this evening and see you tomorrow. 2 o'clock your time, 1 o'clock my time. Okay, see you then. Okay, so anyway, when we go through this, if you go through it tonight or we go through it tomorrow, look at everything carefully about the analysis and see if you agree with it. Okay, so for example, when we say you see Mongo as a subject, then you go, can Mongos eat something? Do Mongos have a mouth? Okay, so this is the kind of way you can self-correct yourself. Okay, all right. See you tomorrow then.
Okay, Dr. Woody.
Bye-bye.
Sorry,
Thanks for everybody today,
Thank
including
you.
the interpreters. Yeah.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Amber.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. I'm
Bye-bye.
reload.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.